Good day everyone. So today I'm going to give and solve an example of functions, limits and continuity, and derivatives. So first we're going to solve function. So given the equation f of x is equal to 1 minus x squared over 1 plus x squared, we're going to find the f of 0, f of 1 half, f of 3 over 4, and lastly f of sine x. So what we are going to do? So we are going to substitute this value to x. So first we are going to find the f of 0. So f of 0 is equal to 1 minus, substitute 0 squared over 1 plus 0 raised to the power of 2. So f of 0 is equal to 1 minus 0 times 0 is 0 over 1 plus 0 times 0 is 0. So once again, f of 0 is equal to 1, because 1 minus 0 is 1, over 1 plus 0 is 1. So our f of 0 is equal to 1. So this is our f of 0. This is our answer. So next, we're going to solve the f of 1 half. So f of 1 half is equal to 1 minus 1 over 2 squared over 1 plus 1 half squared. So f of 1 half is equal to 1 minus, distribute the 2 to the numerator and denominator. So 1 times 1 is 1 over 2 times 2 is 4 over 1 plus, distribute again. So 1 over 2 times 2 is 4. So f of 1 half is equal to 1 minus 1/4 is equal to 3/4. You can just use a calculator to make it easier. Over 1 plus 1/4 is equal to 5 over 4. So in dividing a fraction, we are going to rewrite it. So f of 1 half is equal to 3 over 4. And we are going to multiply the denominator to the numerator. So it now will become, since we are going to multiply it, we are going to reciprocate the denominator. So now it will become 4 over 5. So f of 1 half is equal to, so 3 times 4 is 12 over 4 times 5 is 20. So we are going to simplify this, our answer. So we are going to divide it to 4 because since both the 12 and 20 is divisible by 4, so we are going to use 4. So our answer now will become half is equal to 12 divided by 4 is 3 over 20 divided by 4 is equal to 5. So this is now our answer. So f of 1 half is equal to 3 over 5. So now we are going to solve the f of 3 over 4. So f of 3 over 4 is equal to 1 minus 3 over 4 raised to the power of 2 over 1 plus 3 over 4, again raised to the power of 2. So f of 3/4 is equal to 1 minus, so distribute, 3 times 3 is 9 over 4 times 4 is 16 over 1 plus, again distribute, so 9 over 4 times 4 is 16. So f of 3/4 is equal to 1 minus 9 over 16 will become 7 over, copy the denominator, which is 16. So over 1 plus 9 over 16 will now become 25 over the denominator is 16. So again, in dividing a fraction, we are going to rewrite it. So f of 3/4 is equal to 7 over 16. Multiply it by the denominator, the reciprocate of the denominator, which is 16 over 25. So now, f of 3/4 is equal to 7 times 16 is equal to 112 over 16 times 25 is equal to 400. So we are going to divide the numerator and the denominator by 16, since 112 and 400 is both divisible by 16. So now the answer will become 4 is equal to 12 divided by 16 is 7 over 400 divided by 16 is 25. So f of 3/4 is 7 over 25. So this is now our answer. So now we are going to solve the last value of our functions, which is the f of sine x. So f of sine x is equal to 1 minus sine x squared over 1 plus sine x squared. So what we are going to do now is we are just going to simplify this expression. So it will now become f of sine x is equal to cos x squared over 1 plus sine x squared. So why cosine x squared? Because in trigonometric identities, 1 minus sine x squared is equal to cosine x squared. So this is now our answer. So now we are going to proceed to limits and continuity given the equation. So limit of square root of x minus 1 over x minus 1 as x approaches to 1. If we are going to directly substitute the value of x, which is 1 to x, it will become 0. Our denominator will become 0 and it will result to an undefined number. So we are going to differentiate first. So limit of x approaches to 1, it will now become d over dx square root of x minus 1 over d over dx x minus 1. So next, we are going to divide. We are going to differentiate. So it will now become limit as x approaches to 1. It will now become 1 over 2 square root of x over 1. So next, we are going to divide this 1. So limit x approaches to 1. So remember that an expression divided by 1 remains the same. So the result will become 1 over 2 square root of x. So because we are going to divide this, so as what I said, any expression divided by 1 will remain the same. So now we are going to evaluate this. So limit as x approaches to 1 will become 1 over 2 square root of 1. Because we are going to substitute the value of x, which is 1 to x. So it will not become like this. So now we are going to calculate the value now. So limit will result to 1/2. So limit as x approaches to 1 is 1/2. So this is now our answer. So our last topic is about derivatives. So given the equation y is equal to 2x minus 2 raised to the power of 2 times 12x raised to the power of 4 plus 9x raised to the power of 3 minus 6x raised to the power of 2 plus 3x minus 1 at the slope 1, negative 1. So first we are going to differentiate our function. So y prime is equal to d over dx. So becomes 2x minus 2 raised to the power of 2 times 12x raised to the power of 4 plus 9x raised to the power of 3 minus 6x raised to the power of 2 plus 3x minus 1. So next we are going to expand the expression, which is raised to the power of exponent 2. So it will become y prime is equal to d over dx. So if you want, you can use FOIL method, which you multiply 2x minus 2 to 2x minus 2. So it will be result to 4x squared minus 8x plus 4. So multiply to this, copy this one. So 12x raised to the power of 4 plus 9x raised to the power of 3 minus 6x raised to the power of 2 plus 3x minus 1. So next we are going to remove the parentheses. These parentheses. So what we are going to do, we're going to multiply this one to this expression to result to d over dx. So I won't explain to you anymore how I came up with this answer. So if you multiply this one, you can get the answer 2. So it will now become 48x raised to the power of 6 plus 36x raised to the power of 5 minus 96x raised to the power of 5 minus 24x raised to the power of 4 minus 72x raised to the power of 4 plus 48x raised to the power of 4 plus 12x raised to the power of 3 plus 36x raised to the power of 3 minus 4x raised to the power of 2 minus 24x raised to the power of 2 plus 8x plus 12x minus 4. Oh, by the way, this is now arranged according to their exponent. So next we are going to combine like terms. Like terms is having the same exponent. So y prime is equal to d over dx. So copy the 48x raised to the power of 6. Okay, then add 36 to 96. Since they have the same level of exponents, it now will result to 60x raised to the power of 5. Just need to copy the exponent. So minus, again add this, so it equals to 48x raised to the power of 4 plus 96x raised to the power of 3 minus 52x raised to the power of 2 plus 20x minus 4. So this is now the answer. So next we are going to what we are going to do here is we are going to use a differentiation rule. So I know that you know already how to use differentiation rule, so I won't explain it to you anymore. So y prime will become, so in differentiation rule you have to bring down the exponent and multiply it to given, which is 48x. So we have to subtract 1 from the exponent, so it will become 6 minus 1 minus, bring down 5, multiply by 60, x is the power of 5 minus 1 minus 4 multiplied by 48, x is to the power of 4 minus 1 plus, bring down 3, exponent 3 multiplied by 96, x become 3 minus 1 minus 2 times 52x raised to the power of 2 minus 1 plus 20. So what will happen to the negative 4 now? It will become 0 based on the rule of differentiation. So this is now. So what we're going to do next is we're going to simplify this expression. So it will now become y prime is equal to 6 times 48 is equal to 288. X, 6 minus 1 will become, the exponent will become 5. So do the same the rest. So minus 5 times 60 is equal to 300. X raised to the power of 4 minus 4 times 48 is equal to 192. X raised to the power of 3 because 4 minus 1 is 3 plus 3 times 96 is equal to 288. X raised to the power of 2 minus 2 times 52 is equal to 104. X for x, because it will automatically, there is a 1 here, so no need to write. Copy the positive 20. So this is now the simplified expression. So next we are going to find the second derivative. It will now become y prime is equal to, again we're going to bring down the exponent 5 multiplied by 288, x raised to the power of 5 minus 1 minus, do the same, 4 multiplied by 300, x raised to the power of 4 minus 1 minus, bring down 3 multiplied by 192, x raised to the power of 3 minus 1 plus 2 multiplied by 288 is equal to x 2 minus 1. So minus 104. So what will happen to the positive 20? It will now become 0. So no need to rewrite the 0. So we are going to simplify this expression again. So y prime is equal to 5 times 288 is equal to 1440x. 5 minus 1 is raised to the power of 4. So minus 4 times 300 is equal to 1200. X raised to the power of 3 minus 3 times 192 is equal to 576. X raised to the power of 2 plus 2 times 288 is equal to 576 to 6x minus 104. So this is now our second prime. So next we are going to find the slope at 1 and negative 1. So using the first derivative, I'm going to use the first derivative, which is 288x raised to the power of 5 minus 300x raised to the power of 4 minus 192x raised to the power of 3 plus 288x raised to the power of 2 minus 104x plus 20. So first derivative is 5 minus 300x raised to the power of 4 minus 192x raised to the power of 3 plus 288x raised to the power of 2 minus 104x plus 20. At slope, so first derivative at slope 1, negative 1. So what we are going to do is just substitute the value of 1 to the x. Since this is the x and this will be the y. So y prime is equal to 288 times 1 raised to the power of 5 minus 300 times 1 raised to the power of 4 minus 192 times 1 raised to the power of 3 plus 288 times 1 raised to the power of 2 minus 104 times 1 plus 20. So remember that 1 multiplied by 1 is equal to 1. So y prime is equal to 288 times 1 raised to the power of 5 will become 288. 288 minus 300 times 1 will become 300, will remain. So 192 times 1 is 192 plus 288 times 1 is 288 minus 104 times 1 is equal to 104 plus 20. So if we are going to add these numbers, it will result to 0. You can use a calculator to prove that it will become 0. But the answer is 0. So there, that is our answer. So now we are going to, by product rule, we are going to use the second derivative. So our second derivative is, I'm going to write it. So our second derivative is derivative product rule. So our second derivative is equal to 1440x raised to the power of 4 minus 1200x raised to the power of 3 minus 576x raised to the power of 2 plus 576x minus 104. So what we are going to do is use the differentiation rule. We are going to differentiate. So y prime is equal to, bring down the exponent 4. Oh, we're going to do the same thing to the rest. So multiplied by 1400x, 4 minus 1 minus, bring down the exponent 3 times 1200x, 3 minus 1 minus 2 multiplied by 576x, 2 minus 1 plus 576. So what will happen to the negative 104? It will now become 0. So no need to write. So the second derivative is equal to, we are going to simplify this expression now to get the product rule. So 4 times 1440 is equal to 5760x raised to the power of 3 minus 3 times 1200 is equal to 3600x raised to the power of 2, since 3 minus 1 minus 2 times 576 is equal to 1152x plus 576x. So this is now our product rule. This is now our answer using product rule. So thank you for listening, and I hope you learned something from me. Thank you.